What if your comfort zone is actually someone else's survival state? There's a comment that's been left, and I thought it was an interesting one. It goes on to say that maybe someone else lives where you relax, but they're only relaxing because they've climbed beyond it. Could you be mistaken a cage for a chair? I don't think there's very much mistaken. I think people choose to live where they live, and a lot of the time they'll get glimpses of what they're like compared to other people, and they'll know. Now, I've seen a few people post online where it's they've got like a gaming setup and they're just recording it and trash all over, and like, you know, they're eating cereal out of a can lid and stuff, and you're like, who lives like this? No one lives like this, but they do. But they choose to live like that because to live anything else is too difficult for them. Like to clean after themselves, to decide, you know, to make decisions, to hold themselves up to anyone else's expectations, never mind their own. They just basically they just throw the social contract out the window and decided it wasn't for them. Convincing themselves, I don't think they'd have to convince themselves. That pretty certain they're full on like aware of what they're doing, and that's why they do it. If they do have to convince themselves, probably it's because they don't want to be there. A case of like, you know, someone who's maybe in poverty, and they don't want to be in that situation, but they just say, well, this is where I want to be anyway, because they don't really have any other options. I guess when you've got no option, your only option is to claim that you choose to be there, right? In terms of like mistaking it for a chair, that would assume that you've getting comfortable there and decided you're not going to keep moving forward. Progression happens daily at this end. I'd say that's probably a metric you've got to run yourself by. If you're making progress, then I would say that you haven't took a seat. You're actually, you know, still out there swinging. I think the top and bottom of this one is that most of the people that are in these positions that you call comfort zone or survival state may be in positions that they're not really wanting to be in themselves. So I would say probably is there knowingly, likely unwillingly as well. So I'm not judging, and you shouldn't either. I'm going to leave that one there. If you've got a question that you'd like answering, then feel free to drop it in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next one. Like, follow, share. See you guys later.